Hello everyone, I'm here today with Helen and Steve for another interview in my series in how to organise a stress-free wedding. I photographed their wedding a couple of years ago, was it? Try and get it right this time.
Yeah, 2 years in May.
Yeah, so we thought it would be nice to come and have a chat about their experiences in organising that. How are you two?
Very good, thank you very much.
Great, thanks, yeah.
Married life treating you well?
Very well, yeah. We're still here. Still married.
Still well,
Yeah.
something, isn't it? And you managed to offload the little blighters today.
We have,
Absolutely,
Grandma's got them.
Yeah.
Woo!
Wonderful.
Yeah.
As I said, I just wanted to talk to you about your wedding and just get some insights in what to do and what not to do, that sort of thing. Can you tell me first of all, how did you two meet?
Yes.
You can do that.
I can do that one, can't I?
Yeah.
So I bought my first place, so I finally got kicked out of my parents' house because they'd had enough of me, and bought a bachelor pad. And the day I moved in, myself and my best friend went out for a few beers to celebrate, which turned into a few more beers, and we ended up in a club called Kelly's, which doesn't even exist anymore. It was
That good.
it was a bit of
It's
a
awful.
sticky carpet place in Marble. And far too many drinks in, I went to the bar to get some more, and Helen was at the bar ordering shots of Sambuca, I think it was, so I started ordering shots, and we got drinking and talking. We met.
We had several shots.
Yeah, there was a lot of shots, yeah.
So you got into a drinking competition and one thing
Pretty
led to
much.
another.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. We were trying to drink the things that either of us didn't like,
Yeah.
rather than, it
Yeah.
made sense. at the
He doesn't
time.
like aftershock, so I made him down
I
quite
don't
a
like
lot.
Sambuca either.
No.
You don't like Jägermeister, so it was fair as
Yeah.
fair.
It was horrible, really.
Somehow we managed to
It was
remember each
messy.
other. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds lovely.
Yeah.
And moving forward, how did you propose to her? Was that another Jägermeister fueled fury?
No, that was
It was very boring.
it was quite boring, wasn't it? So I had been planning it for a while, and the idea was to propose when our first child was born. I hadn't obviously had children before, so I didn't know quite how tiring and messy and
Yeah.
stressful and bits and pieces it was. So
Not a nice romantic
I was
environment.
carrying around this ring for a week or two, and then all the way through the pregnancy, delivery piece, and then I looked at your face at like 9 o'clock at night, and it was like, no, I can't. I can't possibly do it because I'll just get a no. Get out of my face. So instead, a few months later, I think it was, months later, I came up with this idea with a friend at work, and I borrowed loads and loads of cardboard boxes from shoes and various other bits and pieces, and wrapped a box in a box in a box in a box.
I was quite excited because I thought I got some books. I was quite
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, but they were like size 3 because my
They
mate's
were
got the
size
smallest
7. I was
feet
like,
in the
oh,
world.
they're only one size wrong.
Yeah, but they get smaller, 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 and there was a ring.
And I still wasn't expecting it. I thought it was going to be some earrings. But anyway, it was a ring.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you thought you were getting some new shoes and instead you got Steve?
Exactly, yeah.
So she's gutted.
I am actually. I do like hugs. And you still haven't brought me hugs.
Nope. I get ribbed most years, don't I, that it was a crap
Well,
crap way
it
to propose.
wasn't great.
It wasn't very romantic, but
So-
we had a young child, and
There's no excuse. You
No.
could have done something much nicer.
yeah.
Speaking of children,
Hello.
right, thanks everyone, and we're back. Brief edit there for invasion by my school children at the really the best juncture they could have
Yeah.
done.
It was good, that.
Yeah, so everyone enjoyed that. It'll be the cats next.
So yeah, do it all over again. It'd be on the Eiffel Tower or something
That'd be much nicer.
romantic, something nice,
Yeah.
rather than cardboard boxes.
Please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I like
And
cardboard
we
boxes.
need a better story as to how we met as well, rather than on a sticky carpet. Michael,
I think the way I tell is more entertaining, but it's fine.
fair enough.
I met my wife in a sticky carpet nightclub
Did you?
Did you?
in York. Yeah,
There you go.
In York?
Something to be said.
There we go.
it still seems to work. It's traditional, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I suppose it is really, and I suppose if I wasn't drunk, would we be sat here today?
No,
That's the
probably not.
question.
And just, do you mean drunk then or drunk now?
Well, yeah, both.
Where's that small waiter gone? Just talk a little bit about your wedding. How long before before the big day did you start organising it?
We got engaged in the December, and it was 18 months later. It was the May the following year that we got married. Purely for financial reasons, probably one of them, to give us some time to save up for it.
Yep.
But also, actually, when you start trying to order things such as your dress or you look at venues, people do plan weddings quite a bit in advance. So if you have a certain idea of what you want and things, then you do need, I'd say...
Especially the dress. The dress seems to be...
Yeah, you need at least 6 months.
Yeah.
But... yeah, I think that 18 months seems about the right time.
Was that about right for you?
I thought so.
You
Yeah,
choose the date, weren't you?
I felt I had enough time to do a decent job of what I wanted to do. I wasn't rushed, but at the same time, it wasn't a ridiculous amount of time away.
Yeah.
That I might have changed my mind or whatever. 18 months, I think, was about
Yeah.
right.
No, it's true though. I mean, things do book up
Yeah.
quickly. You know,
Yeah.
venues, and I mean,
And photographers, obviously.
well, I get booked up particularly for the summer dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a real. I don't like turning people away,
No, exactly.
but there is only one of me.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank God.
It's like a good working relationship. I could send my understudy. He's doing amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he'd be pretty good, actually.
You chose May as well, didn't you? Because it was when your parents were married.
No, actually, no, you've remembered wrong there.
Really?
It was June the 7th that my mum and dad got married.
What was the May date then? Was it we were trying to...
Shush, and I'll tell you. The venue that we wanted in the end couldn't do the 7th of June. The only date they could do was the date we got married, which was the 18th of May.
Okay.
And we decided that we wanted that venue, and therefore we'd sacrifice the 7th of June.
Right.
There you go.
There we go.
Pretty good. I'm glad one of you knows.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know everything.
Did you find it easy to stick to a budget?
I wouldn't say easy, but I was really, really conscious of it. There were some things that I wasn't prepared to scrimp on, such as the dress. The dress was pricey. But there was other things. You can negotiate a lot of things, such as venue dressing. I really got that down to a T. And
So did you order bits and pieces yourself and
I
that sort of thing?
did a lot of it myself. I made my own table plan. We ordered invitations off Photo Box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just,
Right.
it was just a picture of us on cards, and it was our own design basically. But it saved a shed load of
We
money.
borrowed about 2 tons worth of stones from a beach in Wales.
Yeah, no, that's a better story actually. We were really struggling about table settings and stuff, weren't we? I didn't want it to be bland, and I wanted to put our personality into the wedding in a big way. So Steve's a geologist by trade, would you call it by trade, whatever. So we wanted to do everyone's names, so the table settings on rocks. So we went to Llandudno Beach and picked 150 stones.
Well, there were a lot of stones.
There was a lot
had
that
a
we
lot
could
left over.
choose if we needed. Some of them were rubbish or whatever. And we sat them in buckets of bleach for God knows how
Couple of
long,
months.
didn't we? And then we wrote everyone's names and put a little diamante just to... So at least there was a bit of our personality in the wedding.
I think that's a really nice thing to do to make it your own.
And I don't like it when you go to some weddings where there's just no personality there. You can't, you could be anybody's wedding, but with ours, I think you knew it was our wedding because you had rocks, you had purple was everywhere. Obviously,
Films,
which is
all the tables.
where,
around
our tables.
I remember that, yeah.
Our tables were
Yeah, I
films.
remember your film
Like
tables.
films.
Yeah. So
Yeah. And you go around to your friends' houses and families' houses, they've still got the rocks with
They've
the
all
names on
gone.
it now.
They've all
Whereas
still
like,
gone.
often, you use chocolates or something.
Yeah, they've gone.
loves to
I
get
know.
them eaten.
They could eat it.
everyone's still
Yeah.
got them somewhere, like on display on the
Yeah.
windowsills
Yeah.
or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's lovely. And you mentioned your dress, and you that was something you didn't want to skimp on.
Yes.
And did you have something specific in mind?
Well, it's funny because I did originally. I've been to quite a few friends' weddings, and I always liked Maggie Sotero dresses. And I thought, right, she's probably going to be the one that I go with. So I specifically went to some bridal shops that did Maggie Sotero, and when I put them on, I was like, do you know what? It's not right. I wanted to put it on, look in the mirror, and go, wow,
That's the one.
that's it, that's the one. And I just didn't. So I tried several other shops, many bridal shops, but I like to do my research properly, don't I?
Yep.
And in the end, I did a lot of looking online and stuff, and then I tried this dress on, and I was like, on the hanger, it looked a bit too big and blingy, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure. She said, well, try it, and that was it. I knew. I was like,
That was the one.
I feel pretty fit. So I liked it, and I still love it now.
Yeah.
So it's the right dress.
It was amazing.
I loved it.
Yeah.
What was your favourite part of the day itself?
You go first.
Well, the whole day was perfect, wasn't
Amazing.
it? Yeah. I think it went toward the end of the day when we've gone through all of the ceremony. You have all of the fun, and you have your food and your drink, and you get to the end of it. And I wanted to make it the start of it again and do the whole thing again. So there wasn't really a particular bit that stood out. I think the bit that I was really dreading was probably the speech. I was really concerned I'd screw it up, or that I wouldn't say the right thing, and I did probably screw it up a few times.
Well, there was one particular bit that he screwed up. However, I'll let you off because the speech as a whole was really good.
But as I was doing it, I actually really enjoyed it, and probably that was the bit I enjoyed the most.
It was really good.
Even though that was the bit I was absolutely
But
dreading.
he did call me his current wife in his speech.
Well, you are my current wife.
No, shut your face. Because he'd written in it, in his speech, you'd written in your notes, my future wife, and he said, no, I mean my current wife. I was like, right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's an interesting point, actually, Steve.
Yeah.
One of the things that I find on wedding days is the grooms are often dreading the speech.
Yeah.
But in your experience, it was
Brilliant. I really enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah.
And actually I found I used to be probably slightly more nervous with public speaking.
Yeah.
But just going through that process, even with work and stuff, I wasn't too good at it. Going through the process of thinking about it, structuring it, and I had notes, but I didn't read from the notes. Words just came out, and yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. And also, I think someone gave me a little bit of advice before I did it. They said everyone in the room, they're all your friends and family. They're there to see you have a good day and succeed. They're not there to point and pick at you. So, yeah, it really helped with the confidence.
I think that's the difference, is that because you knew everybody.
I knew everybody,
close friends and family, whatever.
But it's changed me for life, definitely.
Yeah,
I'm really confident public speaking.
That's good. That's amazing.
I've got two favourite bits I've decided.
Wow,
The first one, The first one was when we arrived at the venue, and I saw the 18 months of planning fall into one room.
Yeah.
So I could see all my colours together, everything, the flowers that we chose, the cake sat there, just the whole thing, the venue obviously that we chose itself. The wedding singer was amazing. That's one thing
I remember him.
definitely.
Yeah.
It was
forget the wedding
ace.
singer.
He was really, really good. Steve didn't want us to have a wedding singer because it would cost us a bit of money for that. Yeah. However, I knew that it would be amazing. It just pulled the wedding together.
It did.
And it was ace. It was our personality.
Yeah.
You're always wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really good.
I still remember that. I remember people standing on tables and
That's right.
standing on their chairs,
Yeah.
and he was sort of, I don't want to say straddling your grandma or
Yeah, that's right.
That is what he was doing.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
and it was, and it just made it, it broke. Not that there was nice intention in the marina, but suddenly everyone was having a party.
Absolutely, and that was just from sitting down eating a starter.
Rather than it being later in the day when
it started off, like I say, as a party atmosphere, and that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, it kicks right off early. Yeah, good.
So,
moving on to photography, how important was that for you?
really important. Really, really important.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
It was. So that came up with the dress. The dress and the photography were key elements, obviously, in the venues. But again, keeping prices down. So we wanted quality, didn't we? But we also wanted to keep the prices down.
And we also wanted the right style of photography as well. So neither of us wanted sort of the stage kind of.
Yeah.
Everyone smiled, and we met so many photographers. That
we
were
knew
very
we wanted
staged.
natural pictures, didn't we?
That was key for us, really.
Absolutely. So obviously, when we met you and we discussed that, it was just like, Tim's the one.
Absolutely.
He can do the natural
But we spent
shots.
Weeks.
Months.
Yeah. How many did we speak to as well?
I couldn't even tell you. We went to every bridal fair going in the area, and obviously there's loads of photographers there.
Millions of us.
Loads of them. But you look through some of the brochures or albums, and you're like, it's a bit samey, you know. And we just didn't want that.
No.
So
I mean, there is a huge difference between photographer A and photographer B.
Yeah.
You know, and it's partly the case that one person isn't right. You know, what's right for one person isn't right for another.
Exactly.
But it also does come down to you know, who's going to produce the pictures that you want.
Yeah, and also personality was a big thing as well, wasn't it, for us? Because if you're not going to like somebody that's in your face all day, then
you're not going to
enjoy it either, are you?
I always say this to people. You know, it's fine if somebody's technically brilliant, but if they're a miserable git,
Absolutely.
No one's going to smile, are they?
No, exactly. I mean, the photographer is in a privileged position in some ways, because although you book all sorts of things for your wedding, the photographer is the person who follows you around all day.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't get on with it,
Absolutely.
then you're not going to enjoy yourself.
And also, I think presentation's a big thing as well. I would have dreaded that my photographer turned up in, I don't know, a tracksuit or something.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's like my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Seriously, it would. So, well presented and all that sort of stuff. It's important, I think.
The thing I found as well when we started talking about photography is loads of other photographers start coming out of the woodwork, like friends of friends, and I've got a friend here and I know this person there, and that then ends up adding to the pile because you feel
that you've got to meet them and discuss
them,
it. But ultimately, I knew that I wanted to go with a professional because again, the pictures need to be right.
It makes such a difference.
It's your memory of the day, isn't it? At the end of the day, so I think there's no point having shocking pictures.
Yeah, and it's normally a fairly, or can be a fairly significant cost, but as you say, I mean, you then have that photo and that photo album for forever.
For the rest of your life.
Whereas the placemats that you choose, or whether it's one particular vase or another particular vase, people will forget. They'll disappear. The pictures last forever.
Yeah, but they were important as well.
No, they weren't.
Good. You said all the right things there. Before we finish, what are your top 3 tips you'd give to couples who are just starting to plan their weddings?
Okay, so
can we have 3 each?
I don't know. You definitely need to get your.
You can have 4.
You need to get your venue booked, quick, smart, because then I think choosing the venue sets out the rest of the wedding. You know, if you go for a vintage style or whatever, you'd need to then work everything else around it. Make sure you order your dress at least 6 months before. And negotiate. You've got to negotiate to keep costs down. I used a website called Hitched, which was like a comparison site for weddings, really.
Yeah.
And do you know what? It was ace. It was on every element: dresses, wedding favours, all different things. That was really, really useful. So I'd say try Hitched or other comparison sites.
We're not the BBC. You can say you like that one if you like.
Yeah.
Other comparison sites are available. So 2 things for me in general with everything. It's a large purchase, isn't
Cars.
it?
You need to book your cars because we couldn't get the cars we wanted.
Oh yeah, to do that in advance, definitely, because that caused problems, didn't it?
Yeah, we couldn't get cars.
What was I going to say? Oh yes, it's a big purchase. So the first thing you were talking about budgeting.
Yeah.
That's sort of mandatory, really. So we
To
had a
set a budget.
spreadsheet that we borrowed off somebody else.
We did have a spreadsheet.
We had a budget for each point that we wanted to spend, and then we knew when we were overspending, because that happened quite a bit.
That we'd have to cut off back on somewhere else.
And then it allowed you to plan and tweak and change, and it meant a few things that we misbudgeted for. We ended up having to push off the thing, but it meant that on the day when it came to signing the cheque, we knew we could afford it and we weren't skint. And then the other one is to try and be as supportive as possible in the arrangement thing, because you did pretty much everything.
Yes.
And I didn't do very much at all.
You did a couple of key things.
I found Tim.
You found Tim? Yeah.
Which was good.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, I think there's always so much focus on the woman. There should be more focus on the man to try and plan stuff so that he can enjoy it as well. So I enjoyed it.
I thought you'd do cars, but you didn't do cars. I did the cars in the end.
Yeah, we'd all be driving in Lamborghinis and it would have worked.
That would work.
Yeah, so it's pick 2 or 3 things and just run with it and choose it and be as involved as possible, so that when it is the big day, you enjoy it as much as your wife does, rather than you just kind of being inserted into a wedding like a guest.
Passenger.
Yeah, like, oh, this is nice.
But it was good.
It was very good. It was brilliant.
We loved it.
Yeah.
It's got to be the best wedding you go to your wedding, hasn't it? And if it isn't,
then something's wrong.
Yeah.
That's that's an extremely good point, and I think an excellent bombshell on which to end.
Where's Jeremy Clarkson?
He's off punching
Yeah.
producers on there. Couldn't make it. So, thank you very much for coming and
You're very
talking to me. I do appreciate your time.
Thanks for having us.
I'm sure everybody out there will appreciate your tips and hints as well, and hope to catch up with you soon.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tim.